So, what is treasured and what will you be doing in it? To answer that question, let's look at Uncharted 4.
Keep up the good work, kid. Stop! Shoreline
To help you understand what you just saw, let me give you some more context. Before this all happened, you've been just exploring this open level on your own. You have been finding ruins, exploring those ruins, finding treasures like this banana looking thing and this dude, whilst also avoiding enemies. Now you're at this drawbridge which you need to lower down, but enemies appear. In order to progress, you actually need to kill them. Guns or no guns, these enemies need to be killed. Why do I show you this? Well, because it's the opposite of what I want treasure to be. I want no violence, just the chill exploring and completing puzzles. I can give you an example of what I want the puzzles in treasure to be with a scene from Uncharted again. It is a good example because it's not really what I want, but with some tweaks in their design, it actually is what I want. In this room, you are guided towards this puzzle. And it starts off simple. It shows you two puzzle pieces which you can rotate. After matching the little stars, the next puzzle appears, but this one has no stars. Luckily, if you follow Sully, you can find the stars on paintings and complete the puzzle. Now you'll get a new puzzle with new paintings, and then again a new puzzle with more paintings. I have two notes with this puzzle. The first one is how the puzzle starts, and I really like it. It shows you these puzzle pieces which you need to figure out on your own that the stars need to match. I know it's simple, but it gives you a sense of, hey, I just figured that out. It might be a small sense of this sensation, but it's there nonetheless. The second note is the ending of this puzzle, where instead of letting you figure out where you need to go, the game starts a cutscene in which they explain the next location. Of course, I understand they need to do this to also progress the story, but as soon as the story progresses automatically in a cutscene, the sense of, I just figured that out, is gone. So the main takeaway from this is that I want you to figure things out on your own. I want you to have that sense of, hey, I just figured that out. This means the best course of action for me is to create a single level. A level where you need to get from A to B on your own, without the game holding your hands. On normal difficulty, of course. This single level approach is partially inspired by this tweet. The deleted tweet said something along the lines of, you need to aim low to make a finished game. If you aim too high, you will never release a game. To that, Oscar and Alan responded with the opposite. You actually have to aim high, but narrow it down. Instead of trying to make an entire game with 30 unfinished levels, try and create a single, juicy and polished level which will leave the players wanting more. My response was a big facepalm. I wanted to create treasured how you as a player would actually interact with the game. First, a museum, which would be the level selection area, and create actual levels after that. Luckily, this tweet talked some sense into me.
Copy template assets, initialize package manager, starting server, initialize asset database, update project manifest, resolving packages, resolving packages, resolving packages, resolving packages. Wow. Initialize as the database, initialize scripting, load scripting assemblies, initialize the database refresh, importing, importing, importing. That's a lot of files. Importing. Wow. Initialize script compilers. Initialize other systems. Register scripts. Finish loading projects. Now the editor's open. It still needs to compile. Compiling. 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 And now it's done.
Okay, good. At least the Unity project is made. Actually, a whole lot more is made, but it's not really anything treasured related. Basically, I've created a game template. It contains things like a custom splash screen, main menu, options menu, localization, saving and loading, and a whole lot more. Okay, I now have a template for the game, but I don't actually have a game. I mean, what actually is the game? I do have some ideas of what I want the game to be. I mean, it's basically a mix of Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and Indiana Jones. I just don't want violence, but I have already said that. One of the main narrative ideas I have has to do with why you are exploring temples. The main why is to gather artifacts for your employer. So then, who is your employer? Simple. It's robots. Even in a distant future, robots can't identify everything. I mean, is this a dog or a cat? Or a human? I mean, that's a little odd. This is why you have been recruited to aid the robot curators in collecting artifacts for the museum. In the past, explorer robots have come back with literal bricks instead of artifacts. This has become so inefficient that humans have been recruited. Of course, I have to refine this backstory. It's just an idea. Because it has to do with robots, I also want to add a companion robot. This would allow me to add some humor into the game and also add some more movement and life to an either lifeless, abandoned temple. So then, now comes the hard part. Actually making the game. Because I'm working more on gameplay, I hope to upload a lot more, but I mean, who knows? This video also took a very long time to upload, so yeah. I mean, I really wish I didn't have to do this all on my own.
Peter, your wish will be granted, but also, it won't be. Ain't life a bitch?